Hey everyone, I'm still waiting to get the Go TV for this game that we're supposed to be casting, yet we're having a couple of issues doing it, right? So I have basically no idea what to do otherwise. So how about we go ahead and take a look at this scoreboard? Let's see what we can go ahead and get from this, right? We're still waiting on the IP, and as soon as we get in, obviously we're gonna, we're gonna actually cast the game. But first off, in this pistol. Oh, wow. Amazing trades from Extra Salt here as OC is going to be able to take down two. Traded out by Inshaniak, though. That is some pretty massive stuff. And, of course, the second pistol round was a complete wipe, actually, the other way around from Ggpr. So that was actually really interesting, and I'm really glad that we got a nice look at it. However, for this third round, we're going to see pistols across the board from Extra Salt. And JT, interestingly enough, is going to be grabbing and a deagle headshot immediately onto George Snorts. And I think that's really weird here because you're going to be seeing this eco kind of completely tarnished if it keeps up in this fashion. Oh, wait, you know what? I need to zoom in. Oh, look at that. Look at that zoom. That is beautiful. That is just beautiful. From here, though, it looks like they're going to play silent, setting up for a flash play. That will be Exotic down as well. And again, this is going to continue to be massive. Oh? All right, cool. This is going to be now unbelievably massive as for some reason Extra Salt are just going to be able to catch up another one on top of that. Things are getting really, really dire now in a 2 versus 5. Barkuz and Inshaniak. Oh, I'm not really sure if there's anything that can be done here, especially when OC's around the corner. Going to be able to find Barkuz as well as Inshaniak. You're looking at a crisp, clean finish. And, oh, was that it? No, that wasn't it. Got baited. Here, I'm gonna full screen this sucker. There we are. Look at this. Full screened. Bam. You're looking at production value, ladies and gentlemen. Another round, and it has been rough for sure. Ggpr giving it their old college try, but seem to be going down to nothing more than a couple of Galils and even a pistol or two. So really nice flash play as we saw there from Exotic JT. Just setting up his team for success. We're talking in between the break, me and It's Wavy in chat, talking about how JT has really been trying to grind this game, become the best that he possibly can at it. Into this next round, number 4, JT will immediately open things up with a kill onto Low Rider, and I think it's going to be trying to be a bit of a change of pace from Ggpr, right? Looking at their money, they don't have a ton of equipment to spare. I mean, already a couple of kills going their way. You're seeing a single trade, that's about it. OC, definitely a little bit difficult right now as he gets taken out. Solid stuff by Fang to once again confirm the trade. Oh, I'm seeing King Killer. We're having issues with Go TV again. I'm sorry, lads, but this is all I can do. I know we're 3 minutes behind, but we haven't been given the new Go TV, and this is all we have. Maybe I should add like a disclaimer on screen. You know what? Let's do that. There we are. Gonna go ahead and shrink this sucker down a little bit. Ta-da, look at that. Okay, cool. And again, as soon as we get in game, we'll try to go ahead and get it back in. Oh, looks like we have the Go TV. Thank God. There we are. Okay, cool. Finally, we can get connected. Thank God. It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. It is a miracle. So, while we go ahead and try to get that taken care of. This is a little bit silly. Okay, that was a little bit silly. Thank you again for dealing with us through that. It looks like we have the game just about ready to go. So let's immediately get fired up because it will be Extra Salt versus Ggpr. And again, map number 1 was a little bit of a stomp. I think that very much is fair to say. Go ahead and project this onto my main screen and baby, we're rolling. 1 to 5, it seems to be. Get another one squared together. Finally, we can situate ourselves. Thank you again for everybody's patience. just had to make do with what we got. Solid try. And Ggpr taking a look at their money. You're probably going to be seeing another couple of pistols bought up. Yeah, actually, no, they're going to be forcing up. I didn't quite realize that they saved that last one. Tenacity, I've been told otherwise, that it was Bartuz from someone at Ggpr. Here. Some grenades over towards the top of Banana as well as Ggpr. Seem to just be kind of all the players that they can. A solid crossfire over towards Sandbags as well as the top of Banana will allow them to possibly get out of this one relatively unscathed. Looking now to close the distance, but it'll be George Snorts is kind of behind the triple bomb. Eventually falls as well. That has given enough time for Ggpr to start rotating in, though. This is still very much winnable. I don't think it needs to necessarily happen soon. Keep in mind, Extra Salt don't have the bomb in their possession. Sonic is holding on to this basically all by his lonesome, right? Marquis, with a single smoke, could possibly re-smoke towards CT. He's going to go elsewhere entirely. That's over towards A. Yeah, that's going to completely stunt the rotation. Look at that, Ggpr. They're going to move all the way over towards the other side of the map entirely. That was actually towards Arches, excuse me. I didn't quite see where it landed. They're not immediately moving behind it, so Exotic is going to have second thoughts about actually moving over. But it's going to be a double fake. This is unreal from Extra Salt. Playing Exotic like a fiddle. Molotov and a flash tossed out, and Exotic getting the kill behind it. Now into a 2v1. You're seeing a very awkward scenario. It's not unwinnable, though. We've seen towards the library. Stoutly watching the smoke moving in now towards Graveyard. Massive. They're walking up. He has no idea. They have absolutely no idea. Ggpr, I mean, a bit rough for them. At least they get it through, but it's rough, right? That felt like Extra Salt had the right idea for a lot of this. Extra Salt being able to bait out that rotate and then going for the double fake over towards the B-bomb site, the A-bomb site rather, I think was smart, right? It's just that Exotic was really well primed on their position. If he was holding anywhere but library, right? If he was sitting on site, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that round go the other way. Massive kill and round for Ggpr to pick up, quite honestly. It'll now be 2-5. Again, an Extra Salt. Definitely a lot less emphasis on taking Banana early here. Double committed smokes from Ggpr. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there, but it's not the end of the world. Ggpr now getting some solid positions on top of it. Now on top of Porch and inside the flower boxes. Stop and smell the roses for a little while is what Bartuz will do for a while, but this is a one and done position. Maybe a none and done position. Exotic holding the vertical angle below will find himself dead within a matter of seconds. And Ggpr forced to give up the site. It's a 2v4, really solid execute from Extra Salt. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they stayed so long inside Boiler, but there was no one holding the immediate peak. There was one player playing the above angle, and then they just kind of knew that Exotic was going to be playing close under. It's something like that, which Extra Salt most definitely have drilled down pat. Didn't even feel like there was that, you know, amazing of flashes from Extra Salt either to really enable them to pull that one through, but for sure a bit overwhelming. Save these guns if you possibly can, Ggpr. Extra Salt not fully committed to chasing down. I think, oh wow, actually 2 guns from Extra Salt will be removed. Yeah, they're not even going to bother chasing for that anymore. Mic pretty low, game pretty loud. All right, duly noted. I'm going to drop it by a couple. Let me know if this is still good. I'm trying now a observer feed. I want to say big shout out to Flippy Bit for putting this one together, allowing it to happen. Ggpr still fully invested in here. Again, considering how much damage they get done onto Extra Salt, they kind of need to, right? Force up, give yourselves the best chance of winning this, obviously. Molotovs behind it. And actually Molotov top of Banana as well. I think that might have ricocheted off just the wrong area. Extra Salt will just wait right behind it. Yes, and it's not turning out to be a very good decision for them. Fang with 2. And this is just extremely awkward now. Ggpr, that would have been their best chance to retake banana control. I mean, they've been fighting it, right? They have been doing their due diligence at holding on to it with their lives, but incredible reset of the spray from Fang, and suddenly Extra Salt. Full ignition to bring it in over towards the B-bomb site, and Barkuz is going to be the only one to hold on. No, nice. No, he doesn't deny the plant! I think he ran out of ammo! Oh, that is just brutal. As if Ggpr needed that happening as well. I'm not even sure if they're aware of how much damage has been done on the Extra Salt. If they knew, Ggpr might have different ideas of whether they want to go for this or not. Exotic will just get 1 kill, fall back. And you're looking at 7 rounds now for Extra Salt. Maybe a little bit of luck to not die to Barkuz right there. But all in all, another massive one from Extra Salt. How that started with the overwhelming pressure of grenades towards the top of it really weren't warded off. I think they only had to commit 1 smoke. There wasn't too much HEs, or too many HEs. And yet they still had almost all of the control to themselves. That deep flash wasn't able to catch out Fang, who was playing from a strong position at card 2, anti-flash. Juiced out 2 pigs. And yeah, right now, they're looking a little bit brutal. Ggpr once more, 5 top of mid. Again, not fighting it too much. They can't really afford to do it. They're trying to burn some of this utility early from Extra Salt. See how much they're going to be trying to fight for this space. Turns out pretty damn hard. Trades 1 for 1, as Marquis is somehow able to get one, not quite through the smoke, but on the very edge of it into his apartments, and that's going to immediately allow Extra Salt to go to the site. The MP9, but fantastic clears as Ggpr are trying to trade off of each other. Well communicated, and yeah, this is just rough affairs once more. And Shawniak will need to find 1 and stay alive from this position. If he doesn't, this round is looking all but lost. Still have the time to do it. George now working on him through Boiler. I think is going to be the player to watch in this situation. Watching from it, and Shawniak will strike first. Now where I'm looking to maybe do it all for his team. Peek out, finds the first and the second. And that will be Extra Salt moving on to 8. Beautiful stuff from them. As they are looking better as time goes by. Important to mention, though, that, again, this is a BO3 and also the map picked from Extra Salt, so you would have to imagine they have those protocols down pat. Oh, God. I always love when Flippy tosses this one out. We get a nice little facial view of the players on Extra Salt. Love it. I mean, really just incredibly favorable fight from them. I think that sure it's easy to see big chair, considering we see everything that's going on. We'll get to that later. All of our lessons, our ace-up fables about how to fight for map control effectively have been completely shut down with a nade plus a kill combo from Low Rider. What is going on here? This suddenly looks a little bit more doable. Sure, keep in mind pistols. Pistols really, really struggle at about this point forward. If George finds 1, Low Rider might be available to help out through the smoke. Again, trades are going to need to be impeccable from this point. But we'll slow it down entirely. For now, why not bring it back? Over towards A, they group up. Slowly but surely. Not much to say here. I mean, the crossfires were there. Are there, rather. Exotic is going to prove to be first. Actually, going to be Barkuz, who looks to strike first, but he dies immediately. Again, the crossfire has been eliminated. That was a win condition, wasn't it, from Ggpr? They needed that, and, well, this is now going to be the result. George against 2. Now, mind you, not an impossible situation. You can maybe catch out Sonic trying to rotate through pit, but they read it. And Extra Salt now have 2 wonderful positions stacked up right on top of each other, and George snorts. Not much to go off of, information-wise, gun-wise, health-wise. He's already gotten out that first kill. Great job from him, sure. But Sonic proves to be just a little bit better. As Extra Salt now move on to 9, looking to make this a very quick BO3. Again, we hopped into this one late, but we appreciate your patience. Ggpr. I mean, honestly, at this point, they need something massive. An individual play, I think, would really help them. I know it's a mental game, right? Sure, I haven't been playing at a level like this, nor will I probably ever come close, but they need an open pick like the one that Insomniac just got, and I think suddenly they can feel a little bit better about this. Extra Salt forced now to try to extend for a little bit of map control. It seems that now apartments will be their boon. Fox out, loses the fight to Exotic. He's caught with his nades, fumbling. This is what I'm thinking that Ggpr need, right? They say to themselves, if they win this one, cool, you know, let's go ahead and make this 9-6. 10-5 at the worst, but hey, this is looking a lot like 9-6 if they can keep up this pace. Amazing crossfire, again over towards B. Peeking out behind the CT smoke to catch out another. Solid moves. Makes us now into a 1v5, and surely Sonic can't pull this one. He's playing anti-flash, so he's expecting Ggpr to keep it's the jumping. Or, well, the falling shot, maybe would be a bit more accurate to say, from Lowrider. And Ggpr suddenly looking a little bit better, right? 9-6 wouldn't be all too terrible. Sure, not great, but, I mean, it's a start. Those were the solid crossfires that I was hoping to see for a while. Some risky maneuvers that they tried, right? You're probably not always going to be able to get away with that kill on the marquee that you tried previously, but it's the right start. Now they're completely swapping the pace, pushing down towards mid. OC miraculously will find the kill that he needs. Bit on par with the last couple of months. The aggression continues, and Extra Salt are able to punish it just a bit more. Solid picks otherwise as they stay over towards A ramp. Extra Salt just really... What is this bait? I like how he didn't fall for the bait, right? He was like, no, I know someone's going to wide swing, something like that, or there's going to be someone trying to jump peek me. No, that wasn't even a bait. He was just playing with his food. That is ridiculous. Extra Salt. Why not have a bit of fun with it when you're up this much? They shut down the aggressive maneuvers from Ggpr entirely. That was great. You know, I love that Ggpr tried to go for things like this. However, it seems that Extra Salt are easily able to catch themselves and improve from it. Trying to get a little bit silly with the vertical angles. Lowrider and George, a frag apiece, and a 4v2 makes things a little bit more palatable in the end stages of this first half on the second map. Now, mind you, it's not the end of the line yet, especially with having JT find another kill. Suddenly, the South African duo can maybe shed a bit of blood. But the first half will be removed, and JT has to do it alone. Been getting a lot of praise for how JT has played these situations recently. How he's been grinding, right? He's definitely winning in the mental game as Lowrider is trying to explore through a smoke. Reason unknown to us. Now down into a one-on-one. George is actually on the other side of that smoke. Great kill from him. Needed that one so hard, but you would have hoped that if Ggpr were going to piece that round together, it would have been in a bit more of that stable 3v3 that we had before, right? Or the 3v2, excuse me. The fact that so much damage was done makes us now incredibly concerning for the last round of half. Half armor on multiple people. We're seeing, quite honestly, I'm getting vertigo just from watching these cameras move. Util is low. This is not at all secure from Ggpr yet, but Extra Salt, I mean, not to say that they aren't exactly fully equipped either, right? OC. It wasn't OC that was tagged there, it was Marquis. I think Exotic hitting them with the flash there could have actually converted to a kill. Not quite. A fall into sight, and once again relying on these crossfires and the first contact, but being watched by Fang. That is unbelievable. How do Extra Salt keep getting away with this dismantling? Once again, I mean, it's rough. This is the sort of things in general that Ggpr need to pull through with, but ill timing. Fang isn't able to really get away with much. Excuse me, Exotic isn't able to get away with that position. Well, retake will be attempted, but they need to find this even or kill it. Sure, it's solidified, but what comes next is going to be the real scary part. And I didn't say for which team. It turns out to be real scary for Extra Salt. 1v3. Marquis left against the world to do it all. And Ggpr with a solid 3v4 retake. Honestly, don't look half bad heading into this next part. They're going to be able to dictate the pace, which is nice. But what does dictating the pace really include, right? Sure, it's obviously going to be what parts of map control you're holding on to, etc., but you felt that Ggpr were trying to do that when they're on the counter-terrorist side even a number of times, right? Think about how many times you saw them push down mid, push down alt mid, push into apps in general. I mean, really, it felt like they're trying to get every single bit of information they could down towards A. Now that they're going to be attacking, I'm hoping that we can see something a little bit better from them. Obviously, the skill is there, the gun skill, but it feels like Extra Salt have been ready for almost every single thing that has been thrown at them. That is obviously immensely difficult to fight up against. But I'm waxing poetic at this point, right? This is nothing that is unknown to anybody involved with this game. Obviously, yes, they're going to be able to dictate the pace. And obviously, yes, this is a 10-5. This pistol means a lot to Ggpr Esports, and I mean, I wouldn't say the most solid record of it so far, but not half bad. Round number 16, right? Extra Salt, 3 pieces of armor. Utility on JT, 4 pieces of armor. And then utility on JT. What I'm expecting here is a deep molly, and then he's going to be walking at the top of it, right? That seems to be what Extra Salt like to do. I wasn't expecting to push down mid. That's a little bit more surprising, but maybe surprising doesn't always mean good. Ggpr quickly, completely run it down. Playable traits. Information spotted, too. And Sonic's now in a very, very tough position. At this point, I'm wondering what's running through his head. Is he expecting, maybe is it a full wrap over towards B? Oh no, it's got to be towards A, considering, you know, I have been pressured from Banana, etc., etc. Trying to fake the jump up. It's not much of a fake when you continue running after the fact. Barku's ready to take that fight immediately, and I wasn't able to check if he actually had a crossfire available, but if he didn't, that's the kind of fight that you need to take. You feel a little bit better about yourself. Reset mentally, you won the pistol. Got a couple of more together, and suddenly you're looking at a winnable game, a tieable game. But first, we need to cross that barrier. Extra Salt have forced up into this. No reason not to when you're on the side. Maybe that's one reason. A fight towards mid where you lose. Marquis with a solid trade, though, and hell, actually gets a second. I don't think anyone could have expected that one to happen. Bomb now firmly in the grasp. Still a Ggpr, over by ramps, but Extra Salt are starting to kind of breathe down the neck. The necks, I should say, of Ggpr. There's still 2 players in 4. Brought over towards B. They need to fight at this point. Ggpr, I mean, they're down a number. They needed to make an info play, something like that, in order to make these odds a little less stacked against them. But now it's even worse. Exotic has to fight up against the He has the anti-profile picture, which is the first step to being cracked. But maybe OC's dog picture proves to be a little bit better for securing the frags, securing the rounds, and securing, I wouldn't say an anti-eco, but a force buy win. Extra salt, going the extra mile. It's difficult now. Ggpr were really banking on pulling that one together. It looks like they had a good start, didn't they? Marquis, I mean, sure, he just kind of went wild, but their bomb going first, it felt like having that drop just really made things awkward for them, having to retrieve it. Not sure if they even used any smokes, bothered to use any towards mid, but you know, they had to kind of fight for all that map control from the rip. Indeed, they'll be saying rip instead. Sonic, good entry. Just diamond handsing onto mid right now. I can't believe he actually stayed to fight for a third, a fourth, mind you. And it looks like the frat boy is ready to party once more if he gets this ace. No, well, JT will take it away instead. I mean, same nationality. I think that's fair. Again, I always like pulling back into the whole, oh, South African duo. I just think it's such a cool story that these guys have been playing together since 2014. Like, that is just unbelievable commitment. They can finish each other's sentences at this point. Ggpr. Really nailing it at the moment. They're trying to nail this round, I should say. Very different phrases of what I'm saying between these two. Extra salt. I mean, what in the world do you do against this? The push down mid, yes, that's something Ggpr tried on the other side, but it's just overwhelming utility. There's a molly deep to the top of A ramp, and the fights aren't at all favorable. No respect given. Wow. It's moved on to 13. Extra salt. Mind you, they were the massive overdogs heading into this game. But this is just something else. Well, another round, another attempt, but Ggpr only have pistols. I still want to believe. Okay, clean spray. Just up against it. I mean, I don't really think there's all you can do, or all too much you can do, rather than hoping that Ggpr can grab on apps early. If they have that control, they can get something out of it, but extra salt are all over the map. One of the final hurrahs for Ggpr in this best of 3. It's rough. But, I mean, again, this doesn't feel fully unexpected. Extra Salt have been on a tear as of late. There's only so much you can stretch that storyline before you start thinking, what can Ggpr bring to this? Fact is, 2 entry frags. I think that's a pretty okay 3 entry kills, excuse me. It feels like Ggpr just kind of come out of rounds, or come out with rounds like this out of nowhere. And they have moments like that where Marquis just dances around the corner for so long. Barkus, whatever you want to call him, you have to memorize his name anyway, because he's going to find the kill on the Marquis. That's going to be massive now. He was really the only bastion of hope on this site for Extra Salt, excuse me. Oh my God, that was nasty from Arcus. Extra Salt still have money. I don't think they're going to be too miffed about losing that round. M4 dropped over. Excuse me, AWP dropped over. Sonic will be picking it up. Now, again, it feels like Ggpr are at their best when they punish when Extra Salt are going for silly stuff, right? But as soon as Extra Salt maybe don't try pushing down mid the same ways that they have in a couple of these rounds. I mean, this already looks a lot more satisfying here. OC maybe a little bit isolated in that angle. He just chose the wrong side of the Molotov to be stuck on. Doesn't have to trade, that's okay. There's still another player, Feng, who's easily able to hold down the line admirably. Only one kill from this position, though. Rush B, no stop. When in doubt, give it a shot. Ggpr up a number by doing it. They have the bomb down in their favor. In fact, the bomb is down, but this time it's on the floor. It's not in their favor. How in the world has this worked from Extra Salt? That is unbelievable. 15 out of nowhere. I mean, Ggpr. That was a great start from them, but what even went wrong there? I mean, try to pinpoint one moment where exactly that went wrong. I mean, obviously you can think of Marquis being able to get two, but it's just wild. Utterly wild. Trade for them. Ggpr equally will try another rush B, no stop. It's solid. I like it. Love to see it. This is what worked for them last time. It was just the flash and the push through from Marquis that I think it wasn't being watched. I just think the flash ended up being just that. Barcus. Just gonna call him Barcus. Keep it simple. Solid hold down. You can control Banana. Marquis. Can't dance around the box the same way, or the pillar the same way you were previously. Ggpr definitely looking a little bit better, right? They've punished the eco of Extra Salt. They're forced onto the save. I mean, you can point out that yes, it was a rush B, no stop, but man, it's a bit disingenuous. These players are obviously going to be playing at a higher level than just thinking rush B, no stop. I mean, they've realized that Extra Salt have been, for the most part, not fighting Banana as much as Ggpr are able to commit to it. Be all but favorable. What a kill by JT. That is rough. Dismantled here. Solid. The defense is broken down.
Bomb has been planted.
With bomb planted on top of that, I think you're going to see Extra Salt rotate with that AK through the bomb. And if they can find the rider here, I think they might go for it. Maybe we should just go with Omar. I think the right are that's probably the best for all of us involved. Till this debate is once and for all handled. But hey, Big O. Omar right here. With a long flank. Be nice if he gets... I mean, he gets the first one here, but I don't... Whoa. Was there a flash from Inshaniak there? That was sick. That was a brilliant flash. Wow. Varkuz would have been almost certainly demolished after that. Omar helps himself to 4 frags, almost all of which are pistols, as Extra Salt were watching the exit through CT. Solid, nonetheless. Extra Salt are closer to double digits. Nade mid, Extra Salt. I'm wondering, I'm peeking at the radar right now, and I'm seeing what is their approach towards Banana this time, right? Are they still going to be fighting in the same way? Well, the answer's a little bit cobbled. We don't quite know yet because fights are actually happening elsewhere on the map, right? Ggpr coming out on top of almost every single one of them. Force up, proving to be a bit turbulent. But once we have gotten past the turbulence, Sonic will remain on top. 2 kills found as he holds down the site alone. And Ggpr with a quick pivot over to the other side. Will B be their final destination? I'm not sure. Things are even right now, and I know that they would be very, very happy maybe being able to eke out another kill, right? I don't think they push up. I think they have to play crossfire on site, but look at this. Omar is pushed up close to the CT smoke. Oh, or has he? Never mind. He's completely changed position. Okay, he was close, now moved over towards Banana. Probably the safer position to be in this situation, isn't it? Smoke fades and Sean Yink finds a kill behind it. That was a little bit more of what I was expecting. At this point, Sonic has done his part. Fortunately, stuck on rotator duty. It's a tough ask to get anymore. I cannot believe they re-peek into him. What a kill. Maybe grab that op as well, does he? He swings out for the frag. That's actually massive damage done. Not really going to matter too much for this round, because Ggpr have money in the bank, but, you know, keep that up for a couple of more rounds, and suddenly you're looking at a very different situation. This is going to be a great opportunity for Extra Assault to bolster their economy a bit more. Or, Ggpr. Okay, I'm mixing up the team names. Minimize the number of casualties. Perhaps we could see overtime. But we're still not out of the woods yet. Anything can happen. And Extra Assault still have another solid 2 or 3 gun rounds in them. 1 or 2, maybe. 1 to 3. No, I'm not a mathematician here. All I know is that right now, it's only pistols with the exception of Sonic, who held onto his gun. 4 stack towards A. Just Marquis alone at B. Seems like a hard read, but if you're going to be holding somewhere close with pistols, this is something that seems to be relatively par for the course, right? What a kill from Sonic. Something that George needed, and Shotyak just might get overwhelmed. Sonic with 2. He has done massive work, and that's a bomb dropped in their favor. Oh no. Ggpr. This is a worst possible case scenario. OC even with another kill on top of it. Keep in mind the numbers game is too favorable. Thank God for Exotic. 2 kills. That's such an important moment. And Marquis, maybe not wondering what went wrong, but wondering what he can do from here on out. Does he try to hard read, maybe bunker down on top of the A bomb site, see if he can miraculously get 1? Or does he get hard cleared? No, that's the first kill. Don't tell me Marquis gets away. He knows where Lowrider is. Well, the spam is through, but not the kill that they hoped for. Too close for comfort. And that's why this is so painful for Ggpr. Look at their money. That was an eco. And yet still, they don't have much in the bank. Again, if they get bogged down even a little bit more, you might see some Galil start coming out, maybe even Deagles. They have to fight every single inch. For every single inch. Extra Salt. That was just way too close yet again. But Ggpr are able to clutch it out. That is massive. And still the fight continues. Marquis. Not quite looking to push this, but he has been a menace on the edge of the field. Falls for a flash from his teammate. That's a great one to find. Bomb down again on top of it, but he's being wrapped around. Need a kill onto Exotic to trade the equalizer that we need. OC in on the flank, runs through Banana alongside his teammate in arms. Sonic. Excuse me, was that Sonic? No, excuse me, that was, no, that was Sonic. I'm right. I'm baffled, lost for words, but how could I ever be confused when Extra Salt just wrap all the way around, have all the map control in their favor, as well as the game. 16 rounds for them. It was looking promising. And Flippy, you're clear, by the way. Thank you. It was looking really promising for Ggpr at a number of points there, right? Obviously, it really sucked towards the ending portion of that to not win those duels favorably at all. I mean, quite honestly, the fact that they nearly lost to a bunch of pistols like that was unbelievable, but I'm seeing a lot of good from Ggpr. I think this kind of ESEA Premier experience is exactly what they need. And also, mind you, that Ggpr, this is kind of a new roster for them. I mean, they're keeping the 4 that they have kept for a few weeks now with Arcuz, with Omar. Keep it up to Omar. Recently joining, but also Shonyak in place of Poison. I mean, you're looking at a relatively new, volatile roster. I think it's only on the up and up from here. I think right now you just have to say courtesy to Extra Salt, right? They, as we've been talking about for this entire best of three, have been on the up and up. They have looked fantastic recently, but if Ggpr can perform against this or perform like this against some of the best in Premier, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them in playoffs and beyond. And I can't wait to see that. We're going to go ahead, bring it to a couple of ads, and then close out the show. I want to say thank you so much to Flippy for providing his camera work skills for that second map. First one was all me. And so you saw how just about disastrous it was. But with better camera work, led to better results for Ggpr, right? Thank you all so much. It's been a bit of a wild one. We appreciate your help throughout the tech issues as well, but I'm not going to make this my soapbox. I'm just going to close out the night. Thank you again to Ggpr for having me on the stream, and hope to see